gonna survive. I will survive. Hey, hey.
Okay, thank you. Welcome, everybody. This is the Facilities Committee meeting of the Fallbrook Regional Health District, Wednesday, February 11th at 5:02. So, do we have? So I'm calling, we don't have to do that because we all know who's here, right?
Correct. We only need to do that now when we're doing anyone remote.
So, public comments, anybody on our?
No.
All right, so we'll move quickly then into discussion items. And these are things that are ongoing or completed projects at the Community Health and Wellness Center. And the first one is building a room to Encinitas Design Group updates demonstration kitchen project.
Yes. I'll jump into that one. Actually, it has been held up because of the major use permit. It had this one outstanding piece that was going to require an encroachment permit, which had been sitting on my desk. Raquel stepped up and got it completed out for me. I took a look at it finally today and got it sent over to the county. So hopefully they'll be able to look at it. It's in relation to the right turn only sign when you go to leave. There was a misunderstanding from the land use consultants back in 2021. That was something they were supposed to help us finalize, which didn't get done. We then moved the sign ourselves, and now the county is like, oh wait, did you get a permit? So hopefully all this will mean is that we have to pay the $210 fee and they'll sign off on it. And then the plans for the demonstration / teaching kitchen, which are at the county waiting for this to be finalized, can then go forward. So it's been stalled for several months. Hopefully this will start to move a little bit forward.
Remind me where it will be.
Oh, the sign is already there.
Oh, no, the demonstration.
Oh, the demonstration kitchen
Yes,
is so, when you're walking into building A, you've got the main kind of meeting room.
Mm-hmm.
You have the smaller meeting room that has that little kitchenette
Mm-hmm.
and the restrooms. The whole idea is that that area will be pushed back. We'll open up that space. The restrooms will be moved to where that little office-y maintenance room is so that there's some privacy for the restrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And then the teaching kitchen will be in the new footprint of the space, all back in there.
Wow.
So it expands the footprint of the building, which is why we had to do a minor deviation permit on our major use permit. But other than that, I mean, it's not a significant change to what we said we would do as far as the county is concerned.
So moving the restrooms to that little office will require big time plumbing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which we knew
Mm-hmm.
that we were going to have to upgrade the restrooms either way.
Yeah.
So moving those will make better use of the space. We have to move the utility closet, some electrical, so quite a bit of infrastructure will have to be moved.
Yeah. Does that area have a crawl space?
No.
Nothing to make it easy, huh?
Oh, of course not.
Yeah.
No. I mean, there is a small attic space, but it's not, I mean,
Thank you for that update.
Yep.
Thank you, Raquel, for finishing that for us.
My pleasure.
All right, item B is building B, education room number 6 and interior restrooms again,
Yes.
renovation.
So,
That one too?
because it will be a project that is expected to be well under the 220,000,
Mhm.
I don't have to do the formal bidding project. So what we'll do is we'll be able to kind of just put forward an RFP to our list of informal bidders and be able to explain to them, hey, this is the project, this is what we're looking for. We don't have to worry about having design specs. We can just simply move forward and say, hey, these 2 interior restrooms need to be renovated for ADA. They'll be single occupant, gender neutral. There's a small privacy pony wall that will be put in. and then another part that will build out for some storage space. So those two pieces are the only real new construction. Otherwise, it's like the other classrooms. Demo out the old sink space, get rid of the cabinets, redo the flooring, make sure that the rest of the room is that kind of blank canvas like the other classrooms have been. So we're probably looking at another maybe 150 to 175 for the renovation of that space. I don't expect it to be quite as extensive as far as plumbing as the exterior restrooms, but by including the other room and the flooring, I imagine those prices will end up being similar.
Mhm. Pony, what?
Like a pony wall, it's like a half wall.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes pony walls are like short walls in between a room.
Huh.
Call them a pony wall.
You know why?
No.
A
Roy?
whole wall, a horse wall, what is it?
It's, I don't know, for the same reason things are called a pony keg, it's smaller. That's my reference, are pony kegs. Pony kegs, pony walls. I'm not making it up.
We're gonna look this up.
Listen, I will go home to the general contractor that I live with and be like, why is this called a pony wall?
Define pony.
And he'll say, well, technically, and then he'll go on and I'll stop listening. I'll Google it later instead.
Me too.
So you said this is gonna be less of the, you assume that it will be less of the,
I think it'll probably end up costing similar or slightly
To the back.
more to the exterior cost as far as the cost, even though the work that we're doing has less plumbing. But the bathrooms, the exterior bathrooms have extensive plumbing that gets done, where this room has less plumbing, but it has those other pieces to be done.
All right. Next, we have the partnership with Mission Resource Conservation District and the District for Educational Pollinator Garden. And that's what we see out there. It says,
That's coming. This one is specifically over at the Wellness Center. So in between building A and building B, along where we have the new ramps put in, we had that sort of basin or bowl-shaped dirt space that had those kind of like cypress trees that were kind of getting dead looking.
Yeah, they were done.
And so we had Mission Resource Conservation come out and talk to us about like, how could this space be used? Because of the adjacent nature to the neighbors with all the chickens, it's too loud for teaching space. It's too loud for really anything. And so Teresa and I went back and forth with a lot of what could this space be used for. And really what we identified, especially after they finished putting in the ramps, and they had to move some of the drainage space. Well, the drainage now runs into that open area. We were gonna have to put in a rock, like a dry riverbed concept. So we thought, why don't we go ahead and mimic in that space what is at the very front of the Wellness Center, which is native grasses, pollinator, dry riverbed. So we'll mirror that kind of thing. Mission Resource said, you know, by getting rid of these cypress trees, you have more space for more local kinds of shrubs or trees. So right now they're putting together a design for it. They're working with a landscape company that is, you know, Department of Industrial Relations, DIR, prevailing wage, that whole bit, so that they can outline a really attractive native space for that. And it can also then serve as a dual purpose. Mission Resource can use it as a teaching space for residents to say, here's some native things that you can plant here that look pretty. This is what it would look like, right? So you actually have this space that can be better utilized than just generic landscaping.
how do you mean?
Yeah, so we're waiting for them to put together the proposal of what it will cost to have all those design services and what the landscape company would charge. They'd initially put in some irrigation to at least get the plants started. And then after a few years, once the native plants are embedded, they're much more drought tolerant, so we don't have to worry about watering something to keep it, looking attractive. Right. So they've already indicated that they will do a good mix of all native grasses and things and some other plants that are more attractive. Because a lot of times pollinator gardens have a tendency to go dormant during the winter and not look very pretty. Well, we need it to look pretty all the time.
Yeah.
So we had a good meeting with them, walked through things. They know the space that they're working in. They've already, Mission Resources already met with the landscaping company to talk about design. So you'll be seeing that proposal come to this committee.
Is Mission Resources, how are they funded?
So they receive a small amount of property taxes, but then they are mostly grant funded. So they get a lot of different grants to do home visits with residents to identify how they can better use that space, keep flammable plants away from houses, those kinds of things. They work with a lot of the farmers as far as soil retention, those kinds of things. So a lot of those are grant funded, but they do receive a small amount of property tax as well.
Yeah, good. Glad we got them.
Yeah, and then eventually, and now that we know that we're not going to proceed with the Site Logic project, we can go ahead and do the pollinator garden in front of this building. We were waiting for that because we thought we'd end up having to tear up some of the concrete in front.
Yeah.
Now that we don't plan to do that, we can go ahead and put in the gardens.
And the reason we don't plan to do that is,
Yeah, the deal's done. It's dead with Skeel.
yeah, okay.
There's another group that does the butterflies is that part of with the Mission Resource Conservation? Or what's that?
So, I'm not sure. There's a group in town that tries to do something with butterfly releases. I don't think it's the same group. Teresa, do you know anything about it?
There's a nonprofit
Yeah.
that has to do,
Like
I don't
Seeds of
know.
Change or
Yeah,
something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how connected they are, if they would be a part of this or not,
Okay.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think so, because it's just Mission Resource Conservation District.
Yeah. And since the idea is this is gonna be a blend of pollinator natives and some other landscape issues.
Yeah, because I love monarch butterflies, and so
Yeah.
you see them around at very weird
Location.
times
Yeah.
because our temperature, our climate is so perfect for them that they have no idea that they shouldn't be here at this time. But it's warm, like last week was warm, and so just taking into account when we're especially the pollinator garden,
Yeah.
that we will get some of those, and
Yeah.
we have to make sure that it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last couple years, actually, once we started working with Mission, some of the space in the back here and just right along the front here, they had been able to get a grant for getting some plants from Xerxes, this particular company, and they were able to provide those plants to us for free. So we ended up this last spring having many more butterflies here,
Oh, okay.
including monarchs, as well as in front of the wellness center this spring. They had a bunch more.
Yeah.
Yeah. As well as some of the painted ladies and some of the other
Yeah.
native butterflies as
Yeah.
well.
They must feed on other things than milkweed, right?
The monarchs, I think, are just milkweed, but some of the others are different native grasses.
Do we have milkweed out there?
Mhm.
Because the monarchs, basically they're just traveling, they're passing by. So they don't need it, they just need it to lay their eggs and eat and go away.
I
And so the
see.
babies are the ones that eat it the most.
How do you know all that?
Because I've been doing it for about 4 or 5 years. So my house is all milkweed.
Yeah,
And so I
Wow.
take care of them when I see the eggs. And then I let my kids as well too, take care of them until they form into chrysalis, and then we release them. So I've been
Nice.
doing it. So I've been learning a bit here
Yeah.
and there on how to take care of them because they're very, very delicate.
where do you get milkweed?
Seeds, you just purchase, so there's so many different kinds of milkweeds,
Mhm.
and they prefer some than others sometimes, and so the more variety you have, the better for them.
And don't want to keep everybody, but some point in time, would you let me know what kind of seeds they like best?
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Very fun.
Yeah.
But that's another good thing too, if you have monarchs and with the classes and stuff like that, like releasing monarch butterflies or any other butterflies is beautiful when, especially we have the support groups, you know, that's really always very nice to do too.
We had in 21, 22. When did Hospice of the Valleys do their butterfly babies?
22?
Probably 22. It's common with hospice agencies to do kind of an annual memorial release, and butterflies are commonly associated with hospice, to come and do a large release. And so they did one out there. It would be nice to be able to have additional options. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be great.
Good.
Good to see.
Well, I think we've been having board member comments, Dave.
Oh,
We could put that on a future agenda item, butterflies and pollinators. Get
I
updates,
think the
huh?
only other thing we should probably add is that we signed our contract with Classic Handyman Services is what they go by. But this is the group that we've also signed the contract for basic maintenance services. They have their general contracting wing. They were the ones who received the bid that we approved the contract for starting the exterior restrooms out in Building B. They've already provided to Teresa and I a timeline of the project, so they'll start next Tuesday, the 17th, and the projects will probably run for about 2 months. We are, Teresa's already arranged to have the nicer trailered porta potties. I think we talked about this, right? Because those restrooms will be out of service for 2 months.
where are they gonna be located?
So as you're coming into the parking lot and you go around the solar, you have that disabled spot, and then you have those spots. The idea is the trailer can fit right down in there. That way it's pretty convenient for anyone that's in Building B to access
Okay,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, if someone is wheelchair or mobility bound, they will still have to take the ramp up to Building A. Getting the full disabled porta potty trailers was gonna be cost prohibitive. Since we still have a facility in Building A,
Mhm.
we figured that that would work sufficiently for this short time period.
Did you say 45 years?
Oh.
How many years?
Of the butterfly?
Yeah,
Like 5.
oh, 5 years.
I was gonna say, I don't think she is either.
That's why it kind of came to my mind.
4 to 5, that's what you
Four
said.
to
Oh,
five. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Good interpretation there.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I have a bit of white hair, but.
All right, well, if there's nothing else, we are adjourned.
All right, then.
Thank you, Annabelle.